In the summer of 2014, one decision could have changed the course of history. One decision could have put an end to the GOAT debate as we know it. Because of all the theories, of all the what-ifs we discuss on a daily basis, perhaps the biggest one is this. What if LeBron James never left Miami? Let's rewind to that fateful moment. We all remember what we were doing, where we were, when LeBron sat down and told the world where he was taking his talents.
Today, the basketball player widely considered to be the best in the world said he will return to the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Welcome back home!
I knew he was coming back.
After 4 straight finals appearances, 2 championships, 2 MVPs, and one of the most dominant runs of the modern era, LeBron James left the Miami Heat. He chose to go back home to Cleveland. He penned a heartfelt essay, played hero for his city, and delivered a title that broke a 52-year-old curse. But what if he didn't? What if, instead of returning to Ohio, he stayed in South Beach?
In this fall, I'm going to take my talents to South Beach and join the Miami Heat.
Here it comes! To James. Oh, frozen!
Today, the basketball player widely considered to be the best in the world said he will return to the Cleveland Cavaliers.
You know, when LeBron made that call, I saw a dynasty fly out the window.
To understand the weight of this question, we need to revisit what LeBron was in Miami and what the Heat had become.
In this fall, I'm going to take my talents to South Beach and join the Miami Heat.
In 2010, when LeBron shocked the basketball world by announcing he was taking his talents to South Beach, it wasn't just a free agency move, it was a power shift. It was LeBron James, Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh forming a modern super team before the term became trendy. It was 4 straight finals appearances, back-to-back championships in 2012 and 2013, a 27-game win streak, the most feared team in the NBA. LeBron averaged 26.9 points, 7.6 rebounds, and 6.7 assists per game over those 4 years on a ridiculous 54.3% shooting. He played the best all-round basketball of his career. Offense, defense, leadership, conditioning, he was in complete command. That 2012-2013 Heat team, they went 66-16. They looked unbeatable. The chemistry, the swagger, the execution, this wasn't just talent, it was culture, it was legacy. But in 2014, after a disappointing loss to the San Antonio Spurs in the finals, LeBron walked away. Why? Well, let's be honest, there were signs. The big three weren't built to last forever. Chris Bosh was starting to experience the health issues that would end his career just 2 years later. Dwayne Wade, while still effective, was clearly aging and playing on borrowed knees. And in that 2014 final series, the Heat looked exhausted. Beaten down, outmatched by a healthier, deeper and smarter Spurs team. But this wasn't just about basketball. LeBron wanted more control. In Cleveland, he could handpick his teammates, push front office decisions and build his own narrative. The hometown hero returning to win one for the land. And in 2016, it paid off. He delivered on a promise. But when Pat Riley looks back, he still sees a missed opportunity. In an interview, Riley said, "When LeBron made the call, I saw a dynasty fly out the window. It didn't upset me, but it hurt."
When LeBron made that call, I saw a dynasty fly out the window. I didn't blame him, but I knew that that was a 10-year team. It was just a sad day for me and for our franchise because I wanted that dynasty. You know, I wanted this city and this team to go 10 years and maybe be in the finals 8 times. I don't know how many championships we would have won, but...
Riley believed that had they stayed together and stayed healthy, the Heat could have won 5 or 6 championships. So let's sit with that for a second. Here's the key argument. If LeBron had stayed in Miami, the Heat wouldn't have stood still. Miami isn't Cleveland, it's not Charlotte, it's not waiting around to tank for a top pick. The Heat are relentless in retooling. They're known for finding undrafted gems, drafting smart and signing players who fit their system. Look what they did after LeBron left. Drafted Bam Adebayo at number 14 in 2017, developed undrafted guys like Duncan Robinson, Gabe Vincent and Max Strus into legitimate contributors. Built a team that reached the finals twice in 4 years with Jimmy Butler as their lead guy. Imagine that front office operating with LeBron still in his prime. Even if Bosh retires and Wade declines, the Heat could have pivoted quickly. Maybe they trade for another star years earlier. Maybe they target stretch bigs or defensive wings to modernize their lineups around LeBron. Maybe they revolutionize the shooting around LeBron's passing gifts before the Warriors had a chance. And with Eric Spoelstra at the helm, you know they're in good hands. Spo is now widely regarded as one of the best coaches of his generation, if not ever. But back then, he was just becoming that guy. And LeBron was a major part of that evolution. Now let's be real, the rise of the Golden State Warriors changed everything. In 2015, the league met the next great dynasty: Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, and later Kevin Durant. The Warriors redefined spacing, they broke defenses, they broke LeBron's Cavs 3 times in 4 years. So let's ask honestly, would Miami, with an aging Wade, no Bosh, and just LeBron, have been enough to stop Golden State? Probably not as constructed, but that's the point. Miami wouldn't have run it back with remotely the same roster. They would have adjusted. You think Pat Riley would have let LeBron waste his prime without adding more firepower? Absolutely no chance. So LeBron left Miami, and let's track what actually happened next. 2015, he returns to Cleveland. The Cavs make the finals but lose to Golden State after injuries to Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love. 2016, redemption. The iconic 3-1 comeback against the 73-9 Warriors. The block, the shot, the championship. One of the greatest sports moments of all time. 2017 and 2018, the Warriors add Kevin Durant. LeBron plays out of his mind, but it's not enough. 2019, he joins the Lakers. They start hot, but LeBron injures his groin on Christmas Day. He returns but isn't the same, and they miss the playoffs. 2020, the bubble. LeBron and Anthony Davis win a title in one of the toughest environments ever. 2021, injuries to LeBron and Davis derail a team looking to go back-to-back. A first-round exit at the hands of the Suns. 2022, Lakers miss the playoffs. 2023, they reach the Western Conference Finals but get swept by the Nuggets. 24 and 25, first-round exits again. Now compare that to the post-LeBron Heat. Rebuilt through the draft, reached the finals in 2020, returned again in 2023, so here's the big question. If LeBron had stayed with Miami and been a part of those 2020 and 2023 runs, how many more rings are we talking about? Let's break it down. 2020 Heat vs Lakers. The Heat were massively undermanned. Bam was playing injured, Goran Dragic missed time, and they still pushed the Lakers to 6 games. Now imagine that team with LeBron instead of against him. That's probably a ring. 2023 Finals Heat vs Nuggets. Denver was dominant, but Miami once again overachieved. Could LeBron's leadership IQ and finals experience have been the edge? It's very possible. So even if he doesn't get 2016 or the bubble ring in this alternate timeline, maybe he gets different ones in 2020 and 2023. So let's be conservative. Let's say LeBron still gets 4 total rings, just distributed differently. But let's explore further. If Miami stays competitive through 2016 to now, and LeBron remains healthy, consistent, and surrounded by solid role players, there's a real chance he finishes with 5 or 6 rings. There's a real chance the stars next to him aren't injured against the Warriors in 2015. There's a real chance that the same team is still too much for the Warriors a year later with James at the peak of his powers. It's unlikely anyone is beating the Warriors in 2017 and 2018 after adding Kevin Durant. The Heat would have surrounded LeBron with another contending team in 2019 rather than him playing alongside the infant versions of Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram, and Kyle Kuzma. There's also a good chance the Heat represent the East instead of Toronto in 2019, even if they acquired Kawhi Leonard, given their mental barrier against LeBron, and it's Miami that are facing the Warriors instead. The Heat almost certainly win the finals with LeBron on their side rather than against him in 2020, and then from there on, the Heat have objectively gone further than the Lakers in the postseason. It's not crazy to imagine LeBron sitting here with at least 6 rings today if he never left South Beach. And if he wins 6, well, the GOAT debate ends. So let's talk about that legacy. Staying in Miami might have cost LeBron his most iconic championship, the 2016 Cleveland comeback. It might have erased the emotional weight of the 2020 bubble ring. Those 2 rings are often cited as the hardest championships anyone has ever won. But if he had stayed in Miami, the Heat likely remain a contender every year. More structure, less chaos, better coaching, no constant front office drama, no tanking years, no missing the playoffs entirely. He could have been in the finals realistically every year post-2014, given we've already known he's remained at an All-NBA level. Combine that with the fact we know the East has been considerably weaker than the West since his departure, and the results would have been greater too. The big question is, would you trade 2 legendary rings for 6 total? That's a legitimate debate. And here's the kicker. If LeBron wins 6 championships, matching Jordan, while also holding the scoring title, more finals appearances, longer longevity, all the records, and better all-round numbers, the GOAT debate isn't a debate anymore. It's over. So what if LeBron James really never left Miami? He gives up the Cleveland's redemption arc. He gives up the 3-1 comeback. He gives up being a Laker who brought them their 17th title, but he likely adds 2 more rings at least. He likely stays in contention every single year. He probably never misses the playoffs again. He possibly retires with 6 or even 7 rings. He builds a decade-long dynasty with one of the most respected franchises in sports, alongside an all-time head coach in NBA history, and under the guidance of one of the best executives ever. LeBron James, the 6-time NBA champion. LeBron James with 12 or more finals appearances. LeBron James, no dysfunctional rosters and no early exits. In saying all of this, of course, we'll never know for sure. Evidently, we are playing with hypotheticals based on educated assumptions, but what we do know is that the version of LeBron that existed in Miami might have been the greatest version of all. He might have been the single greatest player who has ever lived, and the best all round. He might have been the most complete player we have ever seen walk the planet. And if we're talking about another decade of all NBA LeBron like we've seen, we may have saved everyone hours of arguments. We may have saved talk shows years of shouting. We may have saved relationships over the GOAT debate, because frankly, there wouldn't be one if he stayed in Miami. If you made it this far, shout out to you, drop a comment below. Do you think LeBron would have won more titles if he stayed in South Beach? Would he have had more rings under Pat Riley and Eric Spoelstra? Would the GOAT debate really be over? Let's talk about it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss another deep dive. I'm Damian Peters, and I'll see you in the next one.